It's Study Investigations! Welcome back to the courtroom. Yes. Yeah, this is not as fun as when we came into the, well, back in the middle of the, what's it one? The one we just did before. Yeah. Where it was, oh, it's the Blue Badger about to kill Edgeworth again. Onward towards the truth! I can't speak.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, I see. Oh, what the fuck is going on there?! Oh, no, we got guys.
Which one? You've got the guy over there going wee woo with the water.
Yeah.
And you got the guy saluting as he fucking sleeps. And one guy looking at the bottom going, hurdy. With gumshoes squaring off against that one over there. You're one doing his damn job. Which one were you referring to?
The one I saw immediately was the water guy, but then I saw Mr. saluting in his sleep with his shoes on the sofa.
Oh, God.
Disgusting. We just come into something and it's already a pandemonium. Von Karma is going to fucking love this. You got to remember, you have to make sure your voices are distinct enough from one another.
I am trying
you got
my fucking best.
Hey, you got someone with bad, but then you kept giving him a Von Karma-esque voice, and I'm like...
I did, yeah.
Keep the kind of smoker's voice, make it a bit more gravelly. Von Karma is just an annoyed asshole. Sir.
No.
Great start. Sir. No. What is to become of the trial in the... I'm sorry, I'm not used to seeing you as an ally, if you understand. You know, I mean, this is the past, so... Oh, now you're fucking leaving to get a glass. Von Karma, get back here! Why are you leaving? Alright, I suppose you can walk off with your stick, even though you clearly don't actually need it based on the animation. I suppose he's doing the rich man thing of, I've got a stick, whoopity-doobity. That's not a very Edgeworth thing to say, whoopity-doobity. More of a right thing to say. Yes. What is to become of the trial into the Codopian Embassy staff member's murder?
Indeed. Since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead. The case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here prematurely.
Ha! Looks like you have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut.
I suppose it can't be helped.
The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while.
So, what do you think about the murder of the Codopian Embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell?
What an outrageous circus it has all become. That Faraday brought it upon himself with his naivety.
Naivete. It's slightly different to... Naivety and naivete. It's a slight different pronunciation.
Okay, carry on.
An outrageous circus. Right, sir.
I grow weary of this topic. Edgeworth, I will have you assigned to a different case.
Papa! You'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you?
I'll consider it.
That's your actual flesh and blood, and you're only considering it? I really do sometimes go, how are they related? Because they do not look very alike at all. She must take a lot after her mother. The most they have is like the silvery hair, but like he's an old fart, so... I don't even think they have the same eye colour.
I don't know, his is so pissing tiny, I can't tell.
Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation.
Whatever for.
I know that there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt.
The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh.
Wow.
A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection.
Wow. His true colours are seeping out.
Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders?
My shoulder.
Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience, wouldn't you agree?
If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish.
Then you're allowing us to continue?
Just said that. In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise.
Oh yeah, because like his whole thing is, I'm going to raise Miles into an amazing prosecutor as a fuck you to his dad. But he wants him to be an amazing prosecutor like him. But instead, Miles becomes an amazing prosecutor in his own right by actually eventually learning to follow his heart, which is the truth. I don't care if I win or lose, all I want is the truth to come out. I'm sick of fucking liars. You know? But yeah, he is literally just doing all of this to prepare him. But he only broke his facade once, and which was, you're worthless, you don't deserve the truth, you don't deserve perfection, because you're not ever going to be.
I'm returning home now. Edgeworth and Franziska, see to it I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Papa.
Franziska, thank you.
What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on.
Yes, just as you wished.
I couldn't let you off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth.
I know I don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. First things first, what the fuck are you doing? Shall I do it or you?
Wow, this thing is so incredibly detailed. My inner modelling fanboy is impressed.
I'm not exactly a fan of plastic models per se, but even I can sense the superb quality of this model.
I simply cannot comprehend how that man can feel so much love for such a trifle.
Oh, I see.
You're a disciple of my father, so you would do well to guard yourself against an interest in such unproductive things.
Okay. Maybe that's part of the reason why he's so into the Steel Samurai. Finally, I can have fun again. And now I shall watch a kids show! Yes! Yes! Yes, perhaps I should take up whipping people like the young lady over here.
Also, the fuck are you pointing at? I'm over here.
I know. That's why I like that she's using a riding crop as a child instead of a full-on whip.
I'll practice somewhere.
I can't stop the water, sir! It seems that the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much.
Bunch of fools who pretend to not see the foolishly foolish actions of a foolish fool.
Well then, why don't you lend the officer a hand?
As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, that water-drinking fool's mouth is the thing that officers should be covering. Let's give that officer a description of the water guzzler later.
She seems to have quite the grudge. It sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. What's the matter, officer? I've been standing here forever, sir. I really need to go to the bathroom. Why don't you just make a quick trip? The nearest one isn't that far, is it? No, it's a short way down the hall beyond these doors, but I don't want to be blamed for anything that might happen while I'm gone. So I'm gonna hold it! Perhaps Detective Gumshoe can be a positive influence on the force after all. Hello?
Sir, nothing to report, sir!
Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for his actions on the job?
Looks like we have no choice but to report this to Papa. Then this guard can have fun in a waking nightmare after being awakened from his dream.
Actually, thanks not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. So, do we go with Gumshoe or you?
Me?
No, Callisto, you.
Your choice.
Future friend or mysterious person who we haven't seen again? Franziska, who do you think? Franny? Franny! She's frozen. Oh dear. Franny? Yeah. Oh, she lives. Scruffy it is. It's a... It's a bookshelf. What's this? Judges' Trial Exchange Log. It appears to be a journal where the various judges share their thoughts and ideas. The real daily lives of the judges are laid out here on these pages.
There's nothing about the court in here. It's just page after page of unrelated drivel.
Judging by the content, they're very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu. It would appear that the fried oysters are a favourite.
I have no use for such foolishly foolish words from that foolishly foolish crowd.
Someone please assure me that this is not the true state of this country's judiciary. Judiciary. Gumshoe, hello?
It wasn't me, I tell you! I didn't do anything wrong!
Yes, I understand, so let's just calm down, okay, buddy? I doubt I'll get anything useful from the detective while he is this agitated. Hello? Oh, I'm not leaving yet. You?
Me?
Miss you. Oh, it's you, Edgeworth, and... who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you?
You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I am Franziska von Karma, and I'm about to become the successor to the family name.
About to? I guess that means that for now, you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. Why are you whipping me? Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you! Eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And that to ask of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I just started dealing with a loser. Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behaviour at a crime scene in law school. I feel much better now. So, what is it you want to talk about?
I really fucking hate her. Sorry.
She has a nice design, though.
She has absolutely lovely design. Her personality leaves a bit much to be desired.
I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder.
Equality.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Your face is worth it. We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, then feel free to ask him yourself.
We're just fucking here.
You were with Detective Bad. Why? We had a little something to discuss, that's all. Bad!
Bad!
So I take it that you are acquaintances with Detective Bad. Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG-8 incident. Oh, Detective Bad is also related to that
He
incident.
told you that himself. I
know.
swear to fucking Christ.
Short-term memory on this one. The worst thing is I keep saying the double D right for bad, but because of living in Wales for so long, I keep wanting to say Detective Bath.
To be fair, yeah. What the fuck?
Hey, at least there hasn't been any character that has double L in their name, otherwise it'd be you know? That's right. He was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth! I have no idea what you two are talking about!
Oh,
I've heard of the KG-8 incident from my papa, but how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim of that case, Cece Yu, was my little sister. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine, really. I'm just making a point to rub more salt into his wound and try to don't assume. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Oh. Speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see. He did mention that he is in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. Fine, I'll do that next. Miss Yu, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Requests from companies? The Yatagarasu is some petty thief out for money, you know. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives.
No.
You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Franziska, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully or we might be sued by— No! There! I chose carefully, just like you wanted. Of course it was. What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight? And so in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say, I've never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds like just another criminal to me. I'm a bit mixed with doing my Yu voice. Like, sometimes she's more haha, other times she's a bit more
It's fine.
At least I keep getting the laugh consistent. That's the main thing. Her character's inconsistent. She has a serious side and then she's just pissing and giggling over everything. I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now, thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. Murder. You claim that at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. Stop that.
I didn't do anything! Fuck you!
You were making noise.
I'm listening! Piss off!
But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess?
We do. That's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting. I just consulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I told him some more. Bloody... When she stopped laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway, or lobby number 2. I see. Mackerel. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mackerel. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that had made off with the evidence from the KG-8 incident, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up. He made it up. Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras. But there is no footage of him sneaking into the Kodopian embassy itself.
Hold on for just 1 second. Then you mean to say that you knew he was not the real Yatagarasu, and he was just another cold-blooded killer, and you were ready to defend him?
Yes, that's right. I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals.
That's why defense lawyers are so detestable, but they are no match for us von Karmas.
Serious? Why don't you save that face as something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer. Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness. Suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Ah yes, he has calmed down now, thank God. Oi. Detective Gumshoe.
Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Yeah!
Oh boy, the first Franny whip for him.
As am I.
I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that.
I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't, pal.
Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, Detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you.
Have a heart, pal.
But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about. If you really are innocent, that is.
That's right! Hey, pal, go ahead and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will ya?
I would have done so even if you had not requested me to, Detective. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry?
I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because on my very first day as a detective, I reported him to my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech.
I remember doing the exact same thing in elementary school. On the first day of school, every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom.
How pathetic for the detective to be comparable to a mere schoolchild.
But yeah, no, that is fair, to be honest, when somebody just moves.
Oh yeah, it's like his first day. You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so, and from whom?
Earlier at around 3:20, I'm from Detective Bad, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn, so I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday.
And yet something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty.
Ow! Your words sing worse than your wit, pal. It's alright, Crop, but continue.
So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nope, not a thing, pal.
In that case, allow us to take a look at what you're carrying on your personage.
Ah! Wait! You can't do that!
There's nothing of any particular value here.
Well, my handcuffs and bags were confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know.
And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket?
Ah! Hands off, pal!
Just show it to us already!
Ow!
Annual bonus check within. $5 total, except there's no check inside.
You read your look, now give it back, pal! It's my first bonus as a brand new detective! I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know? So the envelope is really special to me, now give it back!
You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later.
How could you?
So he's poor. Yeah, that's about right.
I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now.
I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. No, wait, since he became a suspect, there is one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe.
Understood, but please make it brief, sir.
Oh, it will be. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. For fuck's sake. I guess present the testimony. You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct?
No mistake about it, pal!
Then you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either? Is that also correct?
Yep, not even a single ant passed through that hole while I was on duty.
You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself.
Huh? Oh. But it's true, pal! I didn't see anyone go through the hallway and I didn't hear anything else, pal! I really can't find a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine!
So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie.
Because he's telling the fucking truth.
Why would he do so, given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant's lobbies is in order. Oh, for God's sake. What are you doing?
Sneak. Ah! You!
No!
Why?
I have no idea.
She's full of raspberry. Oh, it's me. Okay.
Yeah, it's Kay.
Brain. Do it again or
I think that's a good enough raspberry. What the fuck is wrong with you?
How could you not have noticed that coming?
Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier?
Why did she kick you?
Yeah, exactly. I gave her $1. Kids can sometimes be so cruel.
It looks like she dropped something. A Swiss roll. Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead.
I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. I believe I've asked all I need to of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge.
We have to confirm who is correct, the judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next then.
I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Franziska? But how could I go through here? Oh, it's the courtroom. Well, that's helpful. Well, what do you think, Franny? Ooh, I am the judge now. This must be the judge's desk. You can tell by the gavel sitting on top. I had a dream once that I was being squashed from above by this gavel. Oh, so did your boyfriend. You're meant to be.
You're such a weakling, Miles Edgeworth.
You have no idea how frightening it was.
Any day now, I'll be taking my rightful place behind this bench.
By that time, I should already be standing here.
It'd be downright disgraceful if I beat you to it, wouldn't it?
If that were to happen, Franziska, I'll eat my cravat. It's the defense attorney's bench. I'd probably be standing on this side of the courtroom if that incident hadn't happened.
What are you thinking about? Lately, the more wrinkly your face becomes, the less I am able to read what you're thinking.
Well, I never. I'll have you know I don't have a single wrinkle upon my youthful brow.
Prawn! A prawn!
Oh, behind each bench awarded, I got an achievement. It's the witness stand.
I'll make sure that each and every person that ever stands here will be found guilty.
There are others beside the defendant that stand at this podium, you know.
I don't care. Just make sure you never upstunning at one of these, or you'll be sorry.
I'll keep that in mind. Good thing you weren't around at that time, haha! It's so short. I'm sorry.
Someone is going free-foo. Look at that, it's going free-foo.
Yeah, gotta clean under the vending machine, of course.
By all means, carry on.
It's you.
Ah. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation.
Amazing voice. Keep it up.
Thank you. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, detective. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up.
Like me, ha!
Oh! You're that new
Prosecutor. Prosecutor. What?
You're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right?
My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honour.
And I'm Manfred von Karma's daughter, Franziska von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honour.
I see. Mr. New Prosecutor recommend.
There you go.
Thank you. I see. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Von Karma, Miles Edgeworth, and Miss Jen.
Are you alright, Your Honour?
Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Karma, Your Honour. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine.
Apparently somebody doesn't feel like I'm worthy of a proper title.
Oh, very well then, I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Your Honour, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now, about your earlier testimony.
Yes, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw.
Alright, after all, it is my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law.
I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honour. Now, the first thing I want... Are you okay, Your Honour? Your Honour? Oh no. I think he's fallen asleep standing up. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements.
Oh,
Begin investigate! Up, tickle, 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 tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
It's like he's bending his knees while he does it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's because we're actually getting to see like the world a bit more like this compared to in the Ace Attorney stuff.
What did you do to him?
I don't know. I can't replicate it now.
What did you do to him?
Right. Look, as you can all tell, we're just having great fun just making him do this. Franny, what do you think? It's great, isn't it? No. Oh, okay.
Right, should we talk to Mr. Pum Pum?
Pum pum? Oh, you want me to talk to the forensic fingerprint guy? Hello. Have you found the suspicious fingerprints, officer?
Nope. Just the fingerprints of those involved with the case, sir.
I guess we know all of the players in this case then, huh?
It would appear that way, but I have the nagging feeling we're missing something. And I suspect that what we're missing is hiding right here in this crime scene somewhere.
I'm a vending machine.
Hello, nice bottom. Did you find something, officer? Workplace harassment is not allowed.
I think there's a $5 bill back here. Come on, just a little more.
That could be gumshoes.
Is there no one working this crime scene who isn't a total waste of living tissue?
Fucking hell.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a single person we can deem useful here.
Fucking hell. Ooh, look, Swiss roll.
It's not time yet for that.
Oh, I can't.
Your Honour, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder?
Do you suspect me of something?
No, nothing of the sort, Your Honour.
Very well, you may continue with your testimony.
Your Honour, it is your testimony I'm after.
Oh! I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony.
I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge.
Let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom.
I think you just dropped your gavel there, sir.
A little, yes. Sorry. Mind picking it up for me, my boy?
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, the floor looks a little wet, sir. Maybe you need to go to the restroom again.
Not again.
Sorry. Hey guys, you step back.
Go and take a look through the window at the end of this hall. You'll see a small window. That is the window to the men's room. Restroom.
In other words, you can clearly see into this hallway from the men's restroom.
Yes. When I was going to the restroom, that detective, Gumshoe, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines buying something from it. However, at this point I couldn't believe When I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore.
Your Honour, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally.
Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious! That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Ho ho ho.
Apparently this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. That's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honour.
Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now?
Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honour.
Oh, anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime.
Bye, bitch.
The judges in this country seem rather friendly.
Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Do you want some food, Franny?
It would appear that this vending machine sells shells. Yes.
Seashells on the seashore?
Yes, that. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods, including the orange juke and milk.
Just lovely. What will they think of next?
Don't be a jerk in a court like these beef jerks. 1 packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk, 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these, for $6. They're awfully overpriced.
The lineup is simply awful, period.
Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from this machine.
I was wondering about that myself.
Please don't tell me you actually have juice.
End of
The end of what?
Well, I assume it means the end of the trial. I suppose this means that one should eat these during a recess?
You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh?
I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They're coming back of 2 after all.
We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me.
If you want, we can pool our money and buy a pack together.
If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it.
Ah, a woman after my own heart.
Nothing unusual here.
My God, Franziska was a woman after my own heart then.
You like to share with me.
Yes, you. But growing up...
You had to share all the time with cousins. No siblings on Dragon's End, just cousin. Lots of cousins. Ham sandwich. Don't let the prosecution and defense make a ham sandwich out of you.
It sounds like it's directed at that ham of a judge.
Well, it certainly isn't directed at me. I can outmaneuver him any day. I see.
Miles Edgeworth! Would you agree that is a very clever pun?
Do you really think they put that much effort into a product name?
Even a foolish fool can understand the foolish thinking of the fool who made it up. You're acting so foolishly that I got so thoroughly mad, and now I'm utterly famished.
If you wanted a pack of these, all you had to do was ask like a normal person. When you're in hot water, you might need a hot dog. It looks like this slogan was decided through a public contest. And the winner was Prosecutor Winston Payne.
What a pathetic slogan. No present at all. Now, if it were up to me, it would read, if you leave matters in a Von Karma's hand, everyone in court will be found guilty dogs.
Objection!
Overruled!
When it's looking bad, blind your opposition with some OJ. Are they promoting violence?
Don't worry. My whip will make sure that anybody following this advice won't be for long.
Compared to the sting of a whip, the sting of orange juice might not be so bad.
What exactly is that supposed to mean? I bet it means that the milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now.
No, I think it might mean that this was milked right here from the various defendants.
Miles Edgeworth, you can't possibly be serious.
Of course not. We can't deduce anything about the Swiss roll yet. Drink?
It doesn't look like there's anything contradictory left in this area.
I suppose not. Perhaps I should check it somewhere else. Bin? There are ants here. Oh, we can finally look at the ants. Look at the ants. Ants.
What are these black speckles?
Ants.
I believe it's a pile of ants eating away.
Ugh, that detective. He claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet here's a whole hill of them. No!
What are you hitting me for?
As a replacement for that pathetic detective.
Ugh. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts.
Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating.
From the look and sweet smell, they're just pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll.
Miles Edgeworth, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times.
No! It wasn't me that dropped the food on the ground.
The courthouse must be kept clean.
No! The dirt on this bench smells like some sort of sweet substance.
I can't believe there is someone going around dirty in the courthouse. For shame!
Calm down, Franziska. Now, take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you?
I suppose it could be.
Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench.
I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob.
You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to?
Sir, yes, sir! I got the results of the fingerprints analysis, sir!
And do we know who they belong to?
Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe!
Oh, interesting. Good work, officer.
And there you have it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench!
I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. Ants are pouring out of the hole in this bench as well. I wonder if the inside of this bench consists of nothing but ants.
Don't you dare continue with that gross line of thought!
Ugh! I'm sorry. The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their stomachs. Yes.
Objects.
Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Karman name and not be squished under it, you'd better work extra hard, just like these ants.
The same goes for you, Franziska.
Thank you.
What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. Thank you. I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there is a litter running loose inside this courthouse, it's simply unforgivable!
Oh! It is not like it was I who littered!
Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin!
No! Ugh.
What's the matter?
I pricked myself on one of these cactus's needles. You'd think the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case.
Do you really think so? Because I believe this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related.
Oh? Well then, I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related. Oh!
Pink rubber. Cactus. Kay's balloon. She had a balloon earlier when she exchanged money.
She did.
So that window on the other side belongs to the men's restroom.
I can't see it.
At your height, I'm not surprised.
Oh!
I guess short people have feelings too. Yes, they do, Edgeworth. Shut the fuck up on that. Right, that's everything here. I need a drink, then we'll talk to Detective Bad.
Bad!
Okay, Bad. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about.
Hey! How about doing some actual work, you?
I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess.
You're getting in the way of the investigation.
I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself. Plus, I still hold investigative authority. So, I hear you were the one who called Detective Gumshoe to come down here?
Faraday. That guy was just accused, you know?
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instincts told me.
A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Franziska, I think you need to apologize.
Ugh. I'm sorry.
I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue.
I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up.
And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad.
Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad, and that he'd drag Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something, and that Faraday had said not to let anyone interrupt him. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lord to stand guard outside.
And around what time did all this take place?
Let's see, I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshots. After giving the big lord his assignment, he never left the hallway. Not once.
Oh, and how can you make such a claim?
One of the guards out in this was main lobby swore to me he didn't.
If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to?
That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected.
You and I were in lobby 1. We were in lobby 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe.
It would seem that I am still missing some key pieces of information. Gun. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not?
Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you.
How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene?
Less than a minute.
What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot?
I grabbed the big lug who was just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies, in that order.
That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right?
Yeah, I guess it does, little miss.
I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon! You'll treat me with the dignity I deserve, or else!
You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss.
You wouldn't dare!
Ha ha ha. Just joking.
Ugh.
Detective Bad is really something if he can make Franziska behave.
Are we about done?
Is there anything else I should ask him about? Oh, well, we know the place.
The time?
Yeah, you're right. The time would make sense. Because we know the other two. He never mentioned when it occurred. I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot.
It was around the end of recess, and the trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding, but I got the sense he wasn't going to show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang, the sound of a gunshot in my eardrum.
So he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh?
Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste.
Hold it! Oh, come on! All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing.
I get the sense that he is somewhat investigating this crime scene, or rather that he is keeping us under surveillance. To what end? Detective Bad, may I ask that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer?
I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place.
Fine then! Be obstinate! We'll just do as we please. Come on, Miles!
You may no longer be willing to help us, however. May I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation?
Do as you like.
Cool, thank you very much. Right, let's see. Right, time for some logic. We've looked at everything else. Well, vending machines, there's roll crumbs. These bits of chocolate and cake, could they not have come from a Swiss roll?
A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that?
It may not seem like the right venue, however, it is being sold right over there.
The vending machine? I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end of these. 2 for $6. Talk about expensive. We already looked at it, but we have to pretend that we haven't.
Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits are found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now.
Naturally. After all, I'm here, aren't I?
Detective Gumshoe must have sat at this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. It's a great drawing, isn't it? It's just floating. Like, come on, he could have grabbed it in that time.
Oh, I think I know why he dropped it.
True.
You?
It would be interesting.
Do you have no thoughts on why?
Not a minute.
Ugh, how could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable.
Would you like me to tell you my theory?
Shall I finish this and then you can tell me?
Hurry up, then.
Don't you dare whip me again! It was I who made the mess in the first place! Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts.
A contradiction? Where?
Take another look at this special courthouse vending machine is in order. which we'll look at in a minute. What's your thought?
Well, you found rubber bits on the window of the cactus, right?
Yeah.
It's two Swiss rolls for $6. Gumshoe only ate one of them. Kay could have had the other one. He dropped his because her balloon popped and scared the life out of him.
Money as well. Gumshoe only has $5. Kay exchanged
for $1.
all of her change for $1. They could then afford the roll together.
Yep.
And of course she'd be hanging out around there because she's related to Bern Faraday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right.
You're welcome.
Then I shall logic. Cactus. Trash.
Cactus and trash isn't ordinary.
Balloon! This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little too close for our friend, the windowsill cactus. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. Can I logic anything else? No! Right, anyway. Courthouse specials. Deduce! I have a Swiss roll! There's clearly a contradiction here.
Do you think so?
I think there is one. I think there should be one.
Do not anger me with a foolish game of semantic smiles.
Ugh! I'd better look a bit more carefully through my evidence once again. Oh my god.
This is not like you presenting the wrong head.
Yeah, right. Deduce. I'm going to do the money thing now that I mentioned earlier. Bonus. About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't even have a single penny on his personage.
Just how poor is that guy?
If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor.
Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow.
Indeed. Our detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, yet he did. The question is how?
Investigation complete!
I believe now I have a very firm grasp on what happened here.
Oh! Well, I do too!
Alright, Franziska, would you care to share what conclusions you've come to?
Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first, so you go ahead.
It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay His Honour a visit to correct his testimony. Your Honour, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up.
Do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect?
In a sense, I suppose you could say that.
Even you, a judge, are nothing but a common witness before a Von Karma.
Silence in the courtroom! Silence, I say!
I will allow you to read that again.
Thank you.
I wasn't doing anything.
Mr. U prosecutor recommended by Von Karma, Miles Edgeworth, and Miss G prosecutor successor to Madrid Von Karma, Franziska.
You bit your tongue again, didn't you?
Here. As a defender of the law, I could never give a false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want.
Very well then. Your testimony, if you please.
During the recess, I went to the restroom.
Yes.
There's a window on the hall, a side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty? Well, that sounds mighty suspicious to me.
Do that me again.
To me!
That's better. Your Honour, can you please try to remain calm?
I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement.
I'm sorry, Your Honour, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now.
Hold it!
Are you sure that the person you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honour?
Yes, I'm absolutely sure. I think I know Scruffy when I see him. It's hard to miss someone of his stature, even from as far away as the restroom. Besides, I can't think of anyone else with that kind of hairstyle and big beige coat.
Well, I was simply wondering if you were mistaken in what you saw.
What preposterous! My eyes are as sharp as can be, ready to see through lies to the truth. Although, recently, things do seem to be a bit fuzzier than they used to be.
Clearly his eyes are not the only things that have gone fuzzy.
But allow me to say with all the honour and dignity of a judge, I am not mistaken in what I saw.
Hold it!
He disappeared, but Your Honour, didn't you just say I saw that detective buying something from the vending machines?
Why, yes, I did. The restroom window looks over the courtyard and right into the hallway. But just as I was about to exit, I took another look, and there was no one in sight. He was sat on the fucking bench under the window.
Yeah, that window is pretty high.
That led me to the only solution to this mystery. The detective must have gone into the crime scene, lobbying up until at that point!
So he looked into the hallway from the restroom and over the courtyard, did he? Well, we should present something to this one then, because he didn't randomly disappear. Fingerprints on the bench. He sat down.
Objection!
Yep, you were right. He sat down.
What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout objection while someone is giving testimony?
Ha! If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by. Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life. This is what some people may say is pot calling the kettle black. Your Honour, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me.
What is that filth? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who is the culprit? The party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness.
If you must know, the uncouth bench sullier has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honour.
Oh, well, that's good. But who was it?
We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench, namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints.
You're not happy with committing just murder? You had to go down to the courthouse too? Guilty!
These fucking people are insane!
They're like Hermione Granger. Fucking priorities on strain. Get us killed, or worse, expelled.
Yeah, but for her, it's like, if she's expelled from Hogwarts, she can't go to the magical world ever again, really.
Yeah, I know that, but think about the way...
She also didn't really seem to be making many friends until Harry and Ron actually befriended her. So, wanna bet she was probably like that in the Muggle world.
Alright, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut then.
But yeah, I do get the thing. Priorities. Being dead isn't as bad as getting expelled.
Yeah. Committing murder is worse than dirtying the courthouse.
Oh my god, I just said that the wrong way round. Dying is worse than being expelled. I said it the Hermione way. Right. Your Honour, please calm down. While it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder.
What do you mean?
I believe that the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints proved my conclusions to be true.
Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restaurant? Yes.
It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Franziska herself was unable to see out of the window. I hate you. Ah! Ah! I know I shouldn't have used her height as evidence. But basically, what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom.
Then!
It seems that you have made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window, yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight.
What?
Do you finally see, Your Honour? Your testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Hold it from the judge.
Ah, sorry. I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try saying it once. Here, let me try again. Hold it.
Is there something of value you'd like to say?
Actually, yes. Yes, actually, there is. I remembered something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time.
Even if we overruled him, he'd just keep on talking, wouldn't he?
That might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in a perfect investigation, right? I will kill you, Judge!
I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about the probably the most important detail. I was leaving the restroom and I heard a loud bang of a gunshot. He heard the balloon pop.
I think so.
What everyone is assuming was a gunshot.
That was Edward grunting.
How was that? That is the testimony of one who judges the crimes of others.
Your Honour, could you try to state the important facts first next time?
I agree. Before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But honestly, I just thought that sound was just a noise popper until just now.
Now that he mentions it, right before we restarted the trial, he did talk about that. The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway, and whether that lines up with when the gun was actually fired. Your Honour, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony.
Oh, if I must.
Right, so let's not press that, no point. Okay, why do you think that? As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into that hallway?
After I called for a recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvene. Yes, that sounds about right.
Just as I expected.
What were you expecting? It doesn't matter to know what that all-knowing smile is for?
Your Honour, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony.
Alright, if you insist.
That's very important, because that's not when the gunshot was fired. Just before the trial was about to begin, that's when Bad said it happened.
Yeah,
And
which
he was
is
right
why
next door.
I am fucking convinced
It's
what
a
the
balloon.
judge heard was Kay's balloon popping.
Going. Then why is Gumshoe lying about a kid being in the hallway? Is he too ashamed to admit he didn't have fucking $6?
We know he didn't. He probably fucking told us. I think it's... Why is he lying that whether there was a kid in the hallway or not? Maybe because protecting the kid, doesn't want to get the kid in trouble?
Okay. Anyway.
Objection!
You're on...
I cannot allow you to make an objection.
What? Your Honour, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection.
You can't. I've been overruled.
Your Honour, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste.
What do you mean by that?
You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess. That is simply not possible.
But Mr. New Prosecutor, recommended by Manfred von Asch.
Instead of biting your tongue, why don't you... Oh, for fuck's sake. Instead of biting your tongue, why don't you bite your tongue on those preposterous names?
Scream occurs. Continuing. I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Franziska.
Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back.
With your height, you'd need a stepladder, or 4 to accomplish that. The sass on this man. He's worse when he's younger, clearly.
Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone, yes, I'll have you know. I can still hear just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears. No,
Ha! Your Honour,
didn't.
I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad, and according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again.
What did you just say?
Your Honour, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How do you explain this glaring contradiction?
That can't be!
Unfortunately, that is the truth.
But I heard it clear as day! Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot!
The sound of the gunshot, we keep returning to this point of contention. And that piece of evidence, I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what that gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honour, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard.
The fucking balloon!
I found this object in the hallway earlier.
What is that pink substance? Get it away from me.
It may not look like it, but it's actually a piece of balloon. Nasty things, made of latex, very killable. Latex is a murderous thing. You should all know that. Moving on.
I see. I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record?
Your Honour, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony.
What?
Your Honour, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at the time, therefore you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I've said enough that even you can figure the rest out on your own. Your Honor, you're fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot.
What manner of trickery is this?
That was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I'd have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified.
Care to elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins?
Well, to be honest, I did think the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound. The fuck have you been around a real gunshot sound, Archie?
Everyone clearly has. I remember who his best mate is.
But who would have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this?
That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in
Conjunction?
Yeah. One does not usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse. Child. It is you! You are the murderer! That's it! That balloon the girl was holding, it explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy.
Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very big apology. I'll see to it myself that he is released.
Wait. There are still a few things I've yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe.
But why? I thought we just cleared his name.
Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is continue in my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway.
Very well, bailiff. Please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courtroom.
I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. Well, where the fuck is he, Judge? Oh, good, there he is.
Gummy, my man.
He's back at last.
What is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I already told you a gazillion times, pal. I didn't do it.
I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe.
No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that.
No. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that.
I'll be the judge of that. Guilty! Guilty! Way! Still cannot get over that. Oh, that was a funny video.
Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental? Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgments, Detective Gumshoe.
It is now my mouse. Squeak. Sorry.
I'm afraid I must apologize for the error in judgment on my part.
Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime.
I guess so. What are you guys talking about?
In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you are on guard duty. Please remember, you are not on trial. This is all just part of the investigation. As such, you may still be found innocent. However, if you should give false testimony...
Ow!
My whip will object loud and clear.
If you are found to be lying, you will be held indefinitely. Understood?
I'm sorry. I got you, pal. I'm sorry, I just love the fact she must have gone right the fuck up to him.
And gone smack. thinking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. If I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case.
I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. And as soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in that hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. What are you doing, boys?
He's still singing the same tired tune. In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he's lying, and it's time I pulled the information I need out of him. Stop lying! Smack, smack, smack!
Hold it!
And by he, you mean...
Detective Brad, of course. And this being my first time at this courthouse. He also walked with me up to the 3rd floor hallway in front of the defenders' lobbies.
And did you meet anyone along the way?
Well, just as we entered the hallway, we ran into Miss Yu. And when he heard from Miss Yu that Mr. Faraday was not to be interrupted, that's why Detective Brad told me to stand guard in the hallway, pal.
So far, Detective Gumshoe's testimony is matching up with Detective Bad's.
Hold it!
You claim to have been in that hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in that hallway?
Of course I did something. Guarded the door, lobby number 2, pal. What else?
Very well then. What exactly does guarding that door entail?
Well, to put it simply, oh, I know. It's my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch.
Oh? Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of?
You got it, pal. I ain't take a single step away from that door just like I was ordered not to. I'm lying. Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden?
Because we are all in shock and awe of your utter stupidity.
Scruffy, if you're going to lie, at least tell us a more believable one.
Yeah! But I'm not lying.
I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close.
Hold it!
I'm only going to ask you one more time, Detective Gumshoe. Are you sure you stood in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time?
Yep, as I was told to by Detective Brad. I should have got in front of the door without a single break. So believe me when I say that I was in that hallway the whole time already, pal. Why did everyone go quiet all of a sudden again?
Apparently someone has a bit of a trouble reading between the lines.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't...
Be quiet!
Ouch!
I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close.
Objection!
I have an objection.
What is it, pal?
Detective Gumshoe, I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere.
Hey, it's one of those things. The courthouse specialist with rolls, right, pal?
Precisely.
How would you know this is the first time to courthouse?
In that case, I suppose that you also recalled this sullied hallway bench?
Hey, you know what? I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe, you know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this.
You inconsiderate, slovenly pig!
I promise to clean up later, I swear!
Now then, shall we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door. If that really were the case, then how were you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls?
Furthermore, you didn't move a single step from in front of that door. Well, if you didn't. How did you manage to get to the bench dirty with your grubby hands?
It appears that Franziska's whip can do more damage than my words alone can.
Alright, I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I bought a pack for myself, okay? Lie. I thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found me eating on the job. So I don't want to say anything. Well, unfortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay, I'm sorry for lying. But that's all I'm sorry for, you got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back. Gumshoe, gumshoe, gumshoe.
That last statement may sound like it makes sense. However, there is something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us?
Huh? Of course not. I've got nothing else to hide, pal. Gumshoe. Just tell him it's a kid. Gumshoe.
Objection!
Oh, if that only were true, Detective Gumshoe.
But it is true, pal. I swear, there's nothing else.
Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you're aware that the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct?
Oh, remind me again, pal?
That vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack.
Aww.
And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right?
Aww.
Let me ask then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that?
I told you I bought it by myself, pal. There was no one else in that hallway with me. So there's no one who's going to help me buy it. Why? Wait, don't tell me. You also got proof there was someone else in the hallway, don't you?
Correct.
As if you could. I mean, what are the chances of that? Wait, you do?
Of course I do.
What? How?
What proof do I have that there must have been someone else in there in the hallway?
Balloon. The balloon.
Okay.
The balloon. Or not. What the hell?
Go ahead, say the line.
What the heck is that? And you didn't really have anything. You prosecutors are all the same, always lying to people. You should stop, you know.
You! I refuse to be lectured by the likes of you, Detective.
Miles, how long do you plan on being strung along by this moronic detective?
I have no intention of falling for his lie because there was definitely a second person. Because if he was truly alone all along, then that piece of evidence should not exist. Oh.
What?
The Swiss roll. It was dropped by a young girl. How would she have gotten the Swiss roll if she did not go for
Oh,
the...
yeah.
Take that!
Hey! You showed that to me not 2 seconds ago, pal!
Ah, I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of rolls.
Wait, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it, you thief!
What? I would never do such a thing!
No, you liars are the same. You started out as thieves. You're under arrest, pal.
I believe you meant to assert that all thieves start out as liars. And in that case, what does that say about you, Detective? This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone.
Oh.
There were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them, but you then gave the other one to a certain other person, didn't you?
No way, pal! You're going wrong. I ate both of them.
Nope. It would appear that we've caught you at last.
Hey, don't you dare do anything bad to that girl!
It would appear that they do know each other after all. So, why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow?
I have a name, and it's Kay.
Kay what?
Kay Faraday.
Faraday? Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter?
I'm not a you. I'm Kay.
Ugh, Kay, you know, good little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave big nasty bruises like the way you do.
Well, then you shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister.
Gummy?
My guess is that she's talking about Detective Gumshoe.
What a cute nickname you've given him.
Gummy didn't do anything wrong. Okay.
It appears that I will need to speak with her in a bit more detail.
Ah!
Oh, fuck my life. Right, let's talk to the little tiny thing. Now then, Kay.
She's like a stray cat.
I wonder if I should feed her something. Would you like a Swiss roll? Okay, I promise to give this to you if you calm down.
Oh, this is roll.
It really belongs to you, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy.
Uh.
Oh my.
Your father, he's...
Ah, don't you say another word, pal! She doesn't know it yet! Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Daddy. I overheard the guards talking. About how Dad, he's not here anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him.
Kay.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
It's alright. Let it all out. Your father just passed away after all. I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was the defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into fine ash on that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. Ever since that incident, I've dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. And now, to have this happen right in front of me. This child, I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us.
Miles Edgeworth, what sort of gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch a lady cry?
Ah, you're right. Sorry about that. Okay. Here, how about we use this handkerchief here and dry your little eyes? That's my fucking cravat! It's not a tissue! Ah! My cravat! Don't blow your nose on that!
I feel better now. Thanks.
I don't like children. Okay, you're going to be... alright.
Yep, I'm already alright.
Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it.
I promised Daddy I'd never cry in front of strangers.
Well, you just did.
And you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right?
She literally just broke this one.
That's right. Even if I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still going to keep all my promises.
You're a very brave girl, Kay.
You're a very good child for keeping the promises you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry, just for you.
Thank you very much, lady.
It's nothing. I'm only telling the truth after all.
It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Franziska is sympathetic to Kay's feelings. So, your dad. Kay, what kind of person was your father?
Daddy was a hero of justice. His job was to catch all the bad people in the world.
So, to you a prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose we are in a sense, as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals.
Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Daddy would buy me my absolute favorite treat, Swiss rolls.
Oh?
I'll be a hero of justice someday, just like Daddy. So I've been working really hard.
I see. And what have you been working hard on?
I've been working hard to keep all the promises Daddy and I made together.
A promise notebook. May I take a look inside, Kay?
Sure, okay.
It appears to be an exchange diary sourced between father and daughter. Mr. Faraday's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook might just come in handy later. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero just like your father.
I'm gonna try. Okay, so I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero too? Yeah, you're really cool too, Gummy. Yeah, aren't I gay?
Just with the two of you.
I have handed out verdicts of justice. That makes me a hero too.
Yes, and thanks to your oh-so-heroic testimony, you almost painted that detective as a vile criminal and sent him off to jail.
I'm really sorry about that. Gummy's not a bad man, okay?
That poor judge, he's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay.
Yeah, we're friends.
In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier?
Yep. I was on my way to see Daddy when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway staring real hard at that vending machine. So I said hi.
And when was this?
Before everything got crazy.
How long were the two of you together?
We only talked for a little while. And then we went on our own ways. That's right, pal. I only talked for a little while, and that's it. Why are you getting so defensive, Gumshoe?
Oh, which means we've now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess. Isn't that right?
Ah, you got me. I told you to stop picking on Gummy, mister.
Very well then. I'll just have to speak with the good detective in private later. I want to look at that book. Promise 1, never take things from a stranger. Promise 2, never go anywhere with a stranger. Promise 3, always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Number 4, never cry in front of strangers. Number 5, always try your hardest to learn things about things you don't understand. Daddy's job is to make sure everyone follows the rules. Kay, be a good girl and promise that you'll keep your promises to me. Okay, love your daddy. What would happen if I present it to her? Because she didn't really say much about it at the time.
idea.
Well, she has a response
It's
at
the
least.
promise notebook Daddy and I made. We have to be a good girl and keep all of the promises we wrote in there. Here.
May I take a look inside for just a second?
Sure, okay.
It appears that there are more than just the 5 I thought there were. Promise 6? If you ever have a boyfriend, you must bring him to meet Daddy right away. Promise 7? Even when you have a boyfriend, never forget that I love you the most. Yuck.
I certainly don't envy the poor sap she falls in love with.
Hey, we got an achievement! Yeah, obviously that's an overprotective dad that we don't like. I mean, I get introducing them, but still, it's sort of like the whole boy mom thing that's going on around, well, going around openly at the minute where people are going, that ain't healthy. Swiss rolls? Were you the one who bought this pack of Swiss rolls, Kay?
Well, I didn't really have a lot of money. And I somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had. But it still wasn't enough and I really, really wanted one.
Come to think of it, she did come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me to change your money, correct?
Yeah, thanks a bunch for doing that, mister.
Sure. Let me ask you, even with that $1, you still didn't have enough, correct?
Well, that's why... Hey, if you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you, pal. I'm bullying you.
Need I remind you that you're the one already under arrest?
Ow!
I sense that Kay is going to be less than forthcoming with this question.
Sorry about your ruffly thing.
Yes, well, now that it's positively drenched in your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay. I have a spare. So here, you can have this one.
But then he said, never take things from a stranger.
Ah, it's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct?
Yeah, look, see, it's right there on this page.
Alright then, I'm not giving this to you. I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me the next time we meet.
Okay. Daddy's never said I couldn't borrow things from a stranger.
Now then, I've got a new fresh cravat on. Detective Gumshoe.
Uh-oh.
I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little Kay in that hallway.
Girl, I told you to stop being mean and gummy!
Hold it.
Oh, hold it. Miles Edgeworth, there's still something you've yet to resolve.
I beg your pardon?
You still haven't offered an explanation for why that man would lie to us.
That's... well...
Gummy, don't tell me you lied for my sake. I don't worry about it, Kay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Ah, so that's why.
So what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? You can't explain that, and you can't call this a perfect investigation.
His reason for lying is very simple.
What?
Here is what I believe to be his reason. From simple observation of the detective's actions and his interactions with Kay, it's obvious that the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Which piece is that again? 1 second. It's the promise book.
Mr. Faraday and Kay's promise notebook? How does this explain anything?
If you could take a look at this page, it's clearly written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay.
What a foolishly foolish fool's fool of a foolish reason for a fool! Smack!
Meow! Gummy, you lied because of me, didn't you? Because I'm your friend, Kay. That's why. Gummy.
At long last, Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now?
Okay, I guess there's no beating you, huh, pal? Okay. I'll spill the goods.
Thank you. I was just like, why haven't you finished? Alright. The truth from the gummy.
I've been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry, and the snack vending machine was taunting me.
But all the cash you had on you was $5. And that wasn't enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in that machine is a $6 pack of Swiss rolls.
Yeah, but then, like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up. I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy. So I wanted to buy a Swiss roll. But I only had about $1 in coins. So we pulled my $5 and her $1 together. I bought a pack of Swiss rolls together. But I was worried about breaking one of my promises. So then Gummy said, Mr. Faraday's one scary guy when he gets mad. But don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you brought it with me. So you didn't really get it from me, you know? He told me it would be okay. And he gave me a whole roll to say and to give to Daddy.
Who knew that Scruffy could be so considerate?
Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together?
Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. Sweet taste of that cake's chocolate. I'll never forget as long as I live, pal.
Anyway. Hey, I believe this also belongs to you.
Oh, that's from the balloon I popped.
It's bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on a windowsill where you couldn't see it. So, just this once, I forgive you.
But that balloon, I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. And because of me, Gummy dropped his half of the Swiss roll. Wow, you're gonna come in there, pal?
That's kind of cute.
I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking up Gummy, mister.
So you kicked me, is that it?
You sure are a feisty one.
I'm really sorry, mister.
It's alright, I'm perfectly unharmed. Not. But about this Swiss roll. Would it be alright with you if I held on to it until Detective Gumshoe is cleared of all charges and free to go?
Yeah, sure. Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay?
Of course, I promise. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty, which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murders. Actually, it proves just the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime. What do you mean?
It's quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss You.
I'm getting lectured on manners. By a girl that's hunting for wacky people.
What? How dare you talk back with such insolence?
You're wrong, lady. Gummy's not the bad guy.
Oh, and what have we here? What is a child doing here in the courthouse? Bailiff, please take this child away. What? Miss Callisto, you! That girl is Mr. Faraday's! I know, so what? You think that just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild around the crime scene? I think it's actually quite dangerous for her. To speak nothing of getting on a foot. Suppose you're right. However, as long as we're in agreement on that point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time, correct?
Yeah, but...
You see, isn't it obvious that it could only be the detective? He's the only person who could have gone into the lobby number 2 at the time of the murders.
No,
I have no counter-argument to that. Don't worry, I've already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest. The investigation is far from over. Oh, that's right. I was going to speak with you about that. Don't you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard? Suppose it is. Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal, or you may regret what comes of your negligence. Ooh, Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgivable as a disciple of Von Karma. Down, Tigress. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation. So, we're back to square one. Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all this circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. To be continued. Save. Because if it's not Gummy, then it has to be either you or Bad.
I think it's Bad. Bad wouldn't do that.
Yeah, so there we go. We shall see you next time for the rest of this.
Thank you all for watching this latest addition to our growing collection of varying games and reviews, just videos in general. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Please leave a like and a comment in the comments section down below. We love hearing what you think. If you have any recommendations for either games to play or material to review, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to get to them when we can.
If you like our content, subscribe to see more. Check out our playlists if you are looking for something new or worried you've missed an episode. Click on the recommended video appearing on the screen if you want to see more of us right now. You won't regret it, we swear. Subscribe to our Patreon to become one of our lovely beans today. However, if that is too expensive for you at this time, please consider a one-off donation on our Ko-fi. Help a poor tea-wench today.
And with that, Lime out.
Dragon out.
Bye!